Today is March 15th, 2017, West Wednesday. We're talking about racketeering concerning those police officers. Well, let's talk about racketeering in the courts. Let's talk about Scott Shellenberger. Let's talk about Greg Bernstein. Let's talk about other people in the Baltimore City Police Department in which Rod Rosenstein refuses to investigate. Like I said, I started my thing was about the prison industry and mass incarceration. It was about how you make money in the prison industry. So I asked for an audit in 2008, all right? And these are the people that I informed of the audit. All right? See Ed Norris in there? Larry Lezzer, Jerome Stevens from Carden's office, John Carden's. You see the people in there? You reading that email? Shellenberger should have done this in September of 2008. Federal, state violations. Bank of America, SunTrust Bank. All right. Income tax evasion. And this is Rod Rosenstein's reply. Like I said, I gave this to him constantly, and it was naming the officials involved in the prison industry getting paid off of it, mass incarceration. The same way that y'all lock those different people up, and you got hundreds of cases getting overturned, I was showing how you was doing it in the state's attorney's office. And the judges and the lawyers involved. See that? That's 2015. I gave it to you in such a way. I did it to you in a respectful way. Our office no longer has it. But you've been doing an investigation on them for 7 years, but you threw away mine after 2, and less than 2. Your Department of Justice, Rod Rosenstein, Alan Locks, Patrick Fitzgerald, Richard McFeely from the FBI on Lord Baltimore Street. And you can go directly to Commissioner Davis and get all my information that I gave him. He's holding it. So what I did is I went to the courts, certified mail, to ask to go to the grand jury. I want to go to the grand jury the same way that you went to the grand jury on them. I want to go to the grand jury on Shellenberger and the Democratic Party for my illegal incarceration. I want to go to the grand jury about this. My right to property. I want all my property. How can you take a truck, a computer, 8 years worth of film footage, videotapes, and all that? So this is what I did. All this is about Shellenberger. That's what that toilet was in Towson was about. Shellenberger. It was about income tax evasion and fraud in the court. Fraud in the court. That's my juror ID number. All right. So I'm going to give this mail to each one of the TV stations. Since y'all want to talk about these officers, let's go one step further and let's talk about the courts. Let's go one step further and see why he's not a good fit in an investigation when it comes to the government. Because he's been shielding Baltimore corruption and racketeering since he's been in office. I'm going to turn this over to Grassley. I'm going to turn it over to the Senate Judiciary Committee. I'm going to put it on social media so there's no misunderstandings and no mistakes. Let's talk about the racketeering here in Baltimore. And let's take it straight to his office and get my paperwork. Let me testify in front of the grand jury. And let's get this ball rolling. You want to give them 7? Give me 1. Just give me Shellenberger. Just give me Shellenberger. Shellenberger's going to be the dominoes. He's going to be the dominoes. Because Shellenberger going to snitch on everybody else. Remember the Stop Snitching video? We're going to flip it. We're going to see how many people Shellenberger tells on. Just like them cops. It's a system of corruption. And it's a racketeering in the courts protected by the Department of Justice in Baltimore City. I take my chances in court. Let me testify. I got my evidence. That's Chief Batts' whistleblower's application. Right? Department of Justice. It hasn't been 2 years. All right? Eric Holder, see the mail receipt? See the mail receipt? See the mail receipt? So let's talk about racketeering and corruption here in the state of Maryland. Let's talk about it one step further than the cops. Let's go to the courts. Let's go to Mosby's office. Let's go to Shellenberger's office. Let's go to Judge Souter's courtroom. Let's go to Judge Papaya's courtroom. Let me testify. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I get a right to access the court one way or the other.